Imagine being alone in the dead of night. The air is thick, the silence is suffocating. And then you hear it. A low, guttural breathing. Slow, deliberate, right outside your window. You tell yourself it's the wind, maybe an animal, but deep down, you know something is watching you. Something unnatural, something that shouldn't exist. And when you finally gather the courage to look outside, you see them, glowing red eyes, locked onto yours. What would you do if the legend of the Chupacabra wasn't just a myth? What if it was real? What if it was hunting you? You ever hear a sound in the middle of the night? A sound so unnatural, so twisted, it makes your skin crawl? A sound that doesn't belong to any creature you know? Imagine being alone in the dark, miles away from the nearest town, and hearing something that breathes heavy, something that watches, something that's waiting. Javier never believed in legends. He laughed when his grandmother told him about the Chupacabra, the blood-sucking beast of the night. He thought it was just an old folk tale meant to scare children, until the night he saw it with his own eyes. It started with the goats. Every morning, one would be found lifeless, its body completely drained of blood. No signs of struggle. No tracks leading to or from the scene. Just 2 puncture marks on its neck, deep and precise. Something unnatural, something hungry. At first, Javier thought it was a coyote or a wild dog, but no animal kills like that. He set up cameras, determined to catch whatever was terrorizing his farm. But the next morning, the cameras were smashed, shattered, as if something knew it was being watched. That's when he knew. This wasn't an ordinary predator. It was something else. The air changed at night. The crickets went silent. The wind felt heavy. The shadows grew longer, moving even when nothing should be there. He felt it before he saw it. A presence, a weight in the darkness, watching him from the trees. Then, the breathing. Low, deep, ragged. Javier's blood turned to ice. He grabbed his rifle, stepping out onto the porch, his heartbeat hammering in his ears. The night was too still, too empty. Then he saw them, glowing red eyes, staring at him from beyond the fence. Not the eyes of a wolf, not the eyes of a man, but something else. Something that didn't belong in this world. He couldn't move. He couldn't breathe. The creature was crouched low, its body twisted and unnatural, its skin stretched tight over its bones. Long, sharp claws gleamed in the moonlight, and its mouth, oh God, its mouth. Rows of jagged teeth, slick with something dark. Then it moved, impossibly fast. 1 second it was near the fence. The next, it was inches from his face. He fired. The bullet hit, but the creature barely flinched. Instead, it grinned. Javier stumbled back, slamming the door, locking it. He pressed his back against the wood, his breaths coming in ragged gasps. But then he heard it, scratching, slow, deliberate, claws dragging across the door. It knew he was inside. It was toying with him. Hours passed. The scratching stopped. The air was thick with silence. He didn't sleep. He didn't dare look outside. But as dawn broke, he peeked through the window. It was gone. He should have run then. He should have packed his bags and never looked back. But curiosity, it's a dangerous thing. He stepped outside, rifle in hand, scanning the land. The grass near the porch was scorched, like something had burned through it. And then he saw them. Footprints. not of a wolf, not of a man. Something in between. Something wrong. That night, he didn't sleep. He sat by the window, gun in his lap, waiting. And it came back. This time, it wasn't alone. The night was alive with whispers. Shadows moved in ways they shouldn't. The red eyes multiplied, surrounding the house. He was trapped. And then, the laughter. Low, guttural, mocking. He fired wildly, but the bullets did nothing. The creatures circled, closing in. Then, silence. A silence so deep it felt like the world had stopped breathing. And then, the door burst open. Javier was never seen again. His house was found abandoned, his animals untouched, his belongings undisturbed. But the walls, they were covered in scratches, deep grooves where something had clawed its way inside. And in the dirt outside, those same footprints, leading away into the forest. Some say he ran, some say he lost his mind. But those who live nearby, they don't go out at night anymore. They don't let their animals roam free. And if they ever hear a sound in the dark, something that breathes heavy, something that watches, something that's waiting, they close their doors, they lock their windows, because they know the Chupacabra is still out there.